you're an executive, so you can tell me about your company.
Oh, no, not really.
No?
But anyway,
Okay.
my name is Shelby Mormon Scales, and I work with Raleigh-Durham Airport Authority as the Small Business Program Officer. And I'm also the current chair of the Professional Development and Aviation Committee, which also works with the Scholarship Committee with AMAC.
Okay. And how long have you been at Raleigh-Durham?
I've been at Raleigh-Durham for 8 years. Yes.
And you didn't start having, or did you start having this job, or did you have something else?
Actually, before I started with Raleigh-Durham, I worked for the Department of North Carolina's Transportation Department, and I was doing some consulting work with them with their DBE program, doing management and consulting with them before I came to Raleigh-Durham Airport Authority.
And is that do you have a degree in that? Did you pursue that intentionally, or how did you get there?
No, my degree is in communications. I wanted to be in pharmacy, but communications seemed to be the most natural fit for me. But no, I actually started my first job professionally with the department, with the City of Durham Parks and Recreation Department. And I was a program manager for them, and I ran their special populations, their youth programs, and all of their swimming pools for 6 years. And from there, I started my own swimming pool company in the Raleigh-Durham area.
So you sold pools, or what did you?
No, we actually provided management services for the swimming pools, like home associations, neighborhood associations, municipalities, trained staff such as lifeguards, instructors, sold chemicals and supplies, and did repairs.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Is your family into that, or how did you get there?
I've always been a swimmer.
Mm-hmm.
I've always made extra cash in college by teaching football players who could not swim or pass the swim test, which was a requirement for graduating from the University of North Carolina, the only school in North Carolina that has. Let me scratch that. But anyway, no. So no, but actually, I really started my entrepreneurism teaching swimming lessons at Carolina to athletes who could not pass the swim exam and therefore could not graduate.
How did you get into that? This is intriguing. So,
like I said, I was always a swimmer, and so.
Did you play water polo? Were you competitive in high school?
No, I actually ran track for the University of North Carolina, 2-time All-American, but I've always swam, just something that my family always had all of us into, and so I was a great swimmer and use it as an opportunity.
All right. So how did that direct line go from swimming to airports? Because
So anyway, after I started my own company, I actually got into consulting with other small businesses in the community. And so I was hired by the Bennington Corporation to work with their MBDA project, which was to put together bonding packages and financial packages for DBE firms that were working with NCDOT. So from that consulting experience, moved over to DOT with working with the DBE program. And then Raleigh-Durham Airport was going into a major project with the Terminal 2 renovation and needed someone that understood business overall, not just on the construction side, but with restaurateurs and retail owners as well as professional services. And so with my entrepreneur background and the other companies that I had kind of consulted with in the past, that was a really good fit for me.
Okay. So the next question is almost a course question. How did you get involved with AMAC, given your role
with Raleigh-Durham?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my first year was with Memphis. We had our annual conference there, and it was a very good experience in terms of really getting an overview of the types of companies that work within the airport industry. And so coming from highway to aviation, it's a different type of company. You have more companies that have scale that we work with. So that was very interesting for me. Probably the third year, I was approached by Nedra Swith, who asked me if I wanted to get involved with the scholarship program, and kind of knew of my background with working with youth and young people in my community. And I said, sure. Little did I know what I was getting into. But I said, sure. And so I became the chairperson of the Professional Development and Education Program, which oversees the scholarship program. And I have really enjoyed working with our young people ever since.
And how long ago was that you began?
That was 6 years ago. So I've just been very involved with that. I've also served on the board as a regional director and in that capacity as well.
Okay. And what benefits, this is, again, you've seen a great deal of companies come through the conferences and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of benefits would you like other potential members to know about? They'll see this on the website. You know, why should they be interested in AMAC? Why should they get involved at all? Coming to the conference or becoming an actual member?
AMAC, to me, I'm a DBELO for Raleigh-Durham Airport Authority, so AMAC does several things for me in terms of benefit. It provides an opportunity for me to meet companies that could be potential companies working as business partners with our airport in the concessions, in construction, and professional services. And I can also call upon my colleagues to give me references or to give me ideas on companies that maybe are not in my market and make those introductions for me. Also, as a program administrator, the training that we are afforded here at AMAC gives us an opportunity to grow professionally in our development and understand the rules and regulations and just how to deal with complexes back at ground zero, which is our airports. But I would probably say the most beneficial portion of AMAC that I've grown to really admire the organization in terms of taking a lead is the legislative agenda. And that's where we have been very active in setting the policy and helping legislators understand how we do business in our industry and what are some of the challenges and barriers that our companies face when trying to do business with airports. And so I've participated in all of our industry days since I've been involved with AMAC, and that has been very eye-opening to go on Capitol Hill and talk with legislators about the importance of putting into law certain caveats that directly impact what I do at Raleigh-Durham Airport, but also impact us as an organization in terms of the business owners, the program administrators, the airport officials, as well as the prime concessionaires and other folks as well. If it's not in writing, if it's not enforceable, in America, it's very difficult. And so I think AMAC has done an excellent job in terms of building that foundation in law and in legislation to help me as a program administrator get my job done. That's been very beneficial.
Okay. Anything else that you want to add?
I'm ready for vacation.
Ready for vacation? Okay, good. And she's done the TV thing. She's got this going on. You know, I say that's how I
Yes.
can tell you practice. Yes, you do the TV thing. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you.